line. Check the radio, pit crew is far from slow. The lights no longer yellow. Ready, steady, go. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. 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 In love with the ride. Burning rubber smells real nice. Fuel it up once or twice. Come on, fast is the way to drive. Crowds all on their feet. Not one bothered by the heat. Imagine them in the driver's seat. Checkered flag would be sweet. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. 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 Everybody get ready. On your feet. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Crank it up.
Looking for a new PC or an upgrade to your current one? Look no further than Ford Entertainment Group, your home for the best quality and value in new, pre-built, and custom PCs at the lowest price guaranteed. We have affordable PC solutions for any budget, with custom builds starting at $595. Even the pros turn to Ford Entertainment Group to get them up and running. With valued customers from all over the world, it's easy to see why Ford Entertainment Group is the most trusted brand in custom PCs.
I wanted to save my awesome subscribers the most money when they started their sim racing journey. I searched high and low for the best deals. And I'm so proud that Jeffrey and I have partnered up so I can spread the good news about where to get the lowest price on a high quality computer.
Feel confident when buying from us with the FEG Satisfaction Guarantee. Get yourself on track today by visiting us online at fegpc.net.
With the Butt Kicker Gamer 2, what you see and what you hear is what you feel. Butt Kicker. The future is feeling.
Finish line. Check the radio, pit crew is far from slow. The lights no longer yellow. Ready, steady, go. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. 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 In love with the ride. Burning rubber smells real nice. Fuel it up once or twice. Come on, fastest.
Hello again, everyone, and welcome back here to PTM Racing TV, where we're now live at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. If the screen will pop up here for us. Thank you very much, producers. Live at Las Vegas Motor Speedway tonight, Pedal Metal Racing League returns to the action here as they will bring out the Xfinity Series for their next round of racing here in the showcase of what they've got going on here, and to see who will be able to continue on with the season, get some more points out of this. As we get ready to start them up here tonight, we'll go ahead and bring it down to our A1 Glass Incorporated track tech talk for the evening here tonight. Track looking pretty fair, clean weather out here for a night sky. It's beautiful looking outside air, and definitely going to be nice and clear to say the least. Going to be a beautiful day to race out here, of course. So we get to that, we'll get to the show. Let's hit them on down. Take a look at our starting lineup. On the pole, Dan Miglin, the 31 will lead him off. To his outside, the old rattlesnake himself, Robert Kahn, the 51. Run number 2, it's going to be Brandon Pike in the 22. To his outside, Robert Dudleyville Dudley in the 49. Run number 3, it's going to be Corey Reed, the number 27. To his outside, Wally Babb, the 99. Row number 4, it's Dustin Sonaker, the 66 is outside. Jeffrey Oakes in number 20. Row number 5 is Warren Young, the 18 is outside. Nick the Burn Kern. And his next row back, we'll see Chantel Throttle Apollo in the 5. To her outside, Jason Wright, the 54. Next row is on through. We're going to see here, it's going to be Mr. Jeffrey Todd Duffs, the 72 is outside. Keith Checkmate Taylor in the 8. And then the next row on back sees Christopher Jordan, the 78, is outside, being Matthew Hofford, the 84. Your final starter sees Michael Vineyard in the 48, and then Cindy the Calder Taylor in the 7, rounding out your field. Field getting ready to work their way on by, get ready to go at it here tonight here at Pedal Metal Racing League as they settle them on end. Drivers prepare to do battle here as we broadcast to you live in crystal clear HD. A lot better than what we've been doing anyway as of late. Still amazed how much cleaner this thing looks here. And don't worry, folks, we also will have this show on YouTube as well. And don't worry, it will be much more crystal clear as well compared to the other attempts we've had. So, should keep an eye out for that one right now. Emily Miglin already tuned on in, saying, woo, have fun, everyone. And then still saying, we'll have fun, everyone, once more, I guess so. Guess you can't have one woo, you gotta have 2 woos. Woo! Alright, race fans, we're getting ready to get this one settled in, get this one coming on by. Xfinity Series has definitely put on some good shows and some good races as of late. I expect nothing less but that here tonight. As we start to push this one on down, get this one ready to go for action here tonight. I want to remind you again at home, thank you again to everyone that tuned on in, and thanks for everyone that always watches us on board as we get ready to go to the show. It's going to be a bit of a wild one. Remember, this is Las Vegas, so you can never expect too much other than the best of the best. Trying to take down this kind of track layout kind of series. We know this track very well from heat. We'll see what happens when we get the iRacing series on as we go green flag racing out of the start. Well, right out of the gate immediately here, Dan Miglin goes side by side here. Robert the Rattlesnake Kahn as they take it down off the corners here. Robert Kahn with a little bit of an advantage. They're up on the outside as the drivers lead their way down back straightaway into a draft pack. I always call Las Vegas just a much shorter and much smaller banked Talladega or Daytona for a good couple of reasons. A track that banks in pretty well, and it really can tear up your tires more than anything. So it really tests the might and the strength of these drivers' wits and control here as we go on board here with Dustin Sonaker in the 66. Sonaker having a pretty consistent run out of the gate here, trying to move his way through the field here. As you see, the battle still up front. Miglin and Kahn not giving an inch to each other here. Up front, though, right now, into the side-by-side package, it says 69. Nick Phil the Burn Kern, the Hardy 69 Subaru versus that 49 of Robert Dudley, Dudleyville Dudley in front of him. And then the 99 of Wally Babb, driving the Caterpillar Ford Mustang machine here tonight. Wally definitely not giving an inch to anybody here, not much less the guy that's been trying to take him down and some other drivers down as of late on the show. Kern's been fast, but he has not been consistent on his long runs. Stages are going to definitely play a big part here tonight in how these drivers maintain control of the tires and the fuel run. Definitely going to be a bit of an interesting challenge for them, I would say, when it comes to that situation. When's the right time to go in, when's the wrong time to go in. Miglin up on the outside line as Robert Kahn goes straight inside. He's been pretty much hanging there most of the time being. Miglin actually having to get off the bottom there and having to go up top for just a minute or two. Not sure how he feels about that, but it seems to be working okay for him. Marching their way down around right now. Corey Reed, the number 27, doing pretty conservatively, being pretty consistent in his turning and his shots here, having no troubles there whatsoever. As they move them on by, Chantel the Throttle Puddle currently working up 2 spots now. She's up in the 9th area. Streaming on Puddles Racing as we mentioned before, so check that out if you'd like. She's over there right now, currently streaming it up as the 18 of Warren Young catches up to her in the Budweiser Chevrolet Camaro. See how hard Warren is working every corner, every spot in there on those turns and those runs. He's trying to get a good run off and a good spot in or two on these drivers. And trying to really make shape, make pace here when he can, do what he needs to. Biglin getting a good advantage here and a good run. The number 31 trying to pull away from Kahn. Kahn might have to be trying to slow down a little bit. I know he's working with a new wheel here tonight. So tire conservation may be a bit of an issue for him. As Walt Rudy comes on in board saying, Walt, Wally Bab, go baby, go. Rooting on the old 99 down there in that Caterpillar machine. Ooh, a little bit of trouble down there though. We're going to go to caution here. Trouble down there, unfortunately for Sonaker, and it looks like he checkmate Taylor here. Problems down there, unfortunately. We'll send him off into the problem zone while we go ahead and take a look at the PTM instant replay and find out what happened here exactly. It's going to be a bit interesting to see this situation pop up here from time to time again. See right here, looks like they were coming around the corners pretty well, turn 4. And Checkmate thought he can swing it inside the line in between a 3 wide and just barely eclipses Sonaker. Tufts gets a piece of it, Hoffer gets a piece, and so does Jason Wright for the 54. We'll take a look at from a Keith's angle here. We're going to go up to the Choppa cam here and see what he was really aiming for when he went down into that corner. But obviously he was going for broke, he was going for a shot or two there. You can see what I mean earlier about that draft from like a Talladega or Daytona. Just a lot of draft and a lot of push just with tire burn in between. Sneaks it right in, thinks he's clear, and just barely drifts down, and Sonaker tags him in, and unfortunately nowhere to go there at all. That was a tough break there for these drivers, and that will send them off into the construction zone of pit road, and hopefully get them cleaned up and fixed up right now as we are going to head on down to our first commercial of the night here. Race fans, don't go anywhere. We just got started around here. It's just a couple laps in. Still a lot of racing to go. Who will take this one home and roll the dice to victory? We'll find out when we return. Well, ladies and gentlemen, tonight's race has been brought to you in part by our good friends over at Green Tech Energy. Leading the way in solar energy and solar power for all, Green Tech Energy is the natural choice to use. By A1 Glass Incorporated, serving the Trinity Conception area since 2008 with all your glass needs, services, and quality auto glass replacements is what we're all about. By the Butt Kicker, best in performance for feeling on the real tracks of the virtual world. The Butt Kicker, feel what you've been missing. And by FEGPC.net, matching your want with your wallet. FEGPC.net will always work with your needs to build the best PC at the right price. Alright. Feeling them back around right now. Drivers getting all situated out from our first caution of the night, unfortunately. Not the start these drivers were looking for at all, and definitely not what they were going for in these corners here. Marla Scafty Pike saying, go Pike. She's rooting on Brandon Pike in that 22 machine. I believe he's still driving the old, there it is, a Snap-on Power Tools machine. Snap-on Tools 22 machine, looking pretty sharp. Mary serves me, I believe that is Logano's ride there that he drove in that 22. Although I could be very, very wrong. Feel free to crucify me in the comments section if I'm wrong there. But it'll be Robert Kahn from the pit strategy wise that gets the advantage here. We'll take a look at our pit stop link here, and it looks like everybody went into pit road. And we're going to take a look at our pit stop time for that here, and it looks like, I take it back actually, it looks like they did not go into pit road, so Kahn, Kern, Oaksy, and Bab and all of them stay out actually. I thought they would have gone into pit road there, but they did not, so Bit of an interesting situation to pull up there. We'll see what they have in mind. Chantel Bottle will move up down 6 spots. She's one of the hard chargers, but Nick Kern, the other of the hard chargers, with Christopher Jordan in the 78, and the ultimate of them all, 48's Michael Vineyard, will be the man to watch out for on these restarts and on this gun as they settle them back in here. Cindy Colter-Taylor having some problems down there. Looks like the motor not working with her very well, so she's having to go back into pit road and try to fix it up a little bit more. She will miss the start of this one here as I line them off out into the turns, into the positions. We'll have to see how she handles herself and this track here as they rail them off down into the corners, into the zones. Getting ready to go back at it here, getting ready to go back into position. All for broke, all for not. They're going to give it everything they got. Coming around town now. Setting them up for the green flag. Here they go once more. Green pops up on your screen. We're back racing, folks. Reeling them down around turn 1. Gal going turn 2 here. Jeffrey Oaks with the advantage over Kern. Kern not able to get a run off on the outside. Cal Crawford saying 22 is Austin Cindric from Xfinity. Okay, thank you for the reminder there, Crawford, and I'll see you tomorrow night, buddy. For all those that don't know, Crawford usually joins me here on the Monday night series to talk about the Pushing Limits Racing League, and we'll look glad to have him back here with us on that show tomorrow night, so you'll be sure to catch him out as we take for the first time ever Bark River Speedway onto the track. Pro 2 lights will be showing up there. Can't tell you guys how excited I am. I grew up watching that stuff on the local stations and on MAV TV when I was growing up, and seeing Lucas Oil Off-Road Dirt Series and all those pro trucks, the Pro 2s, Pro Lights trophies, the sand dudings, the sand bugs. I loved watching all of them, man. They were so much fun, and I cannot wait to finally catch this race. It's been a long time coming. Just knocking another one off the list, but right now it's picking another one off the list here. Warren Young trying to knock down Dan Miglin here in the 31. He went into pit road, now charging his way up, but Warren not able to defend off the power and the speed that Miglin possesses here as he works his way down around the back straightaway, coming into the corners. Oaksy doing a pretty good job himself as well, keeping a nice little distance. That Chevrolet Accessories number 20 Camaro here as he works his way off. With the throttle, Chantel Pottle is coming up fast. Wally Babb's going to have some company here. Side by side as I put my drone cam right in between here, the Wally Babb's machine. But you should get a good look at how close these drivers are. Remember how close that 3 wide suit was there for Keith Checkmate Taylor. That was a situation he got stuck in earlier on, and that was his problem. Here, it's a complete difference maker. You literally have to watch your spots, watch your angles in, and that really hurts you out for the rest of the time being. Miglin getting a good run off on that 3 wide, but unfortunately ends up tagging the wall, and that will slow him down slightly as Robert Kahn continues to lead the track on down. Coulter Cochran's coming on in now saying, go, Wally, go. Well, right now, Wally Babb's still up in that top 10 section, trying to get into the top 5. He's got 2 Canadians right in front of him, though, both from the Rock. Corey Reed and Chantel, the throttle bottle. And here comes the 22, the Snap-on Tools Ford Mustangs. Brandon Pike now coming up through the field. Hard on the gas, hard on the throttle, and Keith Checkmate Taylor's doing much of the same. Absolute battle and a half here as one of our 2 or 3 lone Canadians here tonight out of the 18 drivers. Coming up fast, coming up quick here, trying to do some battle here. Kern looks like he wants to do a little damage there to Miglin. Miglin trying to get him on the outside line. He sees Miglin trying to get a run on him though, and Kern's gonna get burnt. I said here now, as now it is Miglin pacing through the field. Oaksy is in his sights. I think he got that cold tire shaked off, and now he's just running in with the best of them. He knows how to handle the nerves and how to handle the situation. Right behind all of them, though, Checkmate looking to possibly go another 3 wide salute to the distance. He was right there. Oh, he opens it up. He's going for it on the outside line, charges it in. Chantel right in the middle, drives up a little bit, blocks it. And now he goes straight to the bottom. Bike blocks it. Oh, my. That's the evasive action right there if I ever saw it. Maneuvering around, trying to defend him off as you please. Checkmate, I gotta believe, not too happy about that though. He'll probably try to hit him up a little bit here. Chantel with a bobble there coming out of turn 2. That will slow her down a little bit. Checkmate now, putting it side by side. Both drivers literally giving it everything they got, trying to defend off the other. Checkmate, one of the guys we've seen on the show before, especially in the NASCAR Heat Series. He loves running Las Vegas. He's played this track like a fill and a half sometimes, and coming on to iRacing, I gotta believe he used some of that experience he learned and put it into good concept and good use. It seems to be working for him right now. Jeffrey Oaks falling back another spot or two here as Brandon Pike continues to just put on the railroad spike on their heads and just jive it in deep and go and let it see if it sticks. Up back to the front right now, Corey Reed, the Go Chris, number Chevrolet, Camaro trying to do some damage there as we go to caution. That is the stage caution, ladies and gentlemen. That means our stage winner will be Robert Kahn. He will take home that one in the 51 Rowdy Motorsports machine. I'll be honest with you, I'm kind of like you guys. I was kind of wishing they would go a little longer. That was some good stuff. Everybody putting on a hard charge there and really putting on a show. Saw them even from the back here. We couldn't quite get a glimpse of them. Christopher Jordan and Matthew Hoffer were actually going a little bit side-by-side action there. A little battling or two. Unfortunately, your cameras were not on that at the moment, and that will have to hopefully get changed up a little bit. But I think if there's one thing they can do to change it up, it's make their way to the front. So who will be able to make their way to the front the most and take this one home? We'll find out when we return here. More action coming your way from TTM Racing TV with Pedal to Metal as Xfinity takes on Vegas. Tonight's race also brought to you in part by our good friends over at SimRacingMerch.com. Perfect way to show your passion for sim racing. By Grid Finder. Best way to find a new league. Filter your search by race, state, your geographical region, gaming platform, race, sim, and car class. You need a broadcaster or live designer? Search Grid Finder, the home of online racing. By Matt Mills Racing Team. Best Xfinity for teams out there is sponsoring and supporting Pedal to Metal Racing League this season. And if you want to help support Matt's journey, follow him up on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And be sure to check out his merchandise line. And congratulations to Matt Mills as well for your 100 starts in NASCAR. By Paul's Wraps. Most affordable designs made at your leisure. Paul's Wraps will always bring out the best designs in your library. And by Melgard Motorsports. Fastest of fast, toughest of nails on any track, virtual world or real. Melgard Motorsports is where it's at. Alright, so right now the field getting into pit road here. Drivers getting cleared in there. Robert Kahn will lead them on down as we get settled back up here on the show. This is only your second caution. First one coming from a 3-wide salute there between Keith, Checkmate, Taylor, and them. This one a little more cleared up, a little more under control, if you will. This will hopefully set the tone for these drivers and set the pace here. Gotta believe a lot of them are really focused in and clamoring away to get some good runs on here tonight. Looks like Brandon Pike will beat out Robert Kahn, but Chief Checkmate Taylor is going to beat out both of them. Actually, he's now up 13 spots. Now I'm a little bit interested to see about this one here. Let's take a look at the length here these guys are going at. Now this is what they're supposed to look like when you go into pit road. You see that blue indicating when they went in. Notice something a little bit special there is that you see Taylor just came out of pit road and so did Pike. So Kahn actually outlasted all of them on those tires in that fuel run, which is not a good thing if you're the driver's end because you don't want that to be happening. You want to try to get a good run down on them and try to give them a bit of their own medicine. As for the pit stops wise, you can see the time zone here about 13, 11, and on so back about 10, about 16, 15, 16, 14. So Kahn got a bad shake there in pit road, but I gotta believe that was because he took more fuel. Now, that may not seem trivial to some, but here's the thing. When you're taking more fuel out there, you're trying to set up for a longer run. And in this case, the way these laps are winding down, the laps are going to be coming forth on. If Keith Checkmate Taylor went only in for enough to get him into the stage race and actually get a good chunk in, that may work out for him for this stage. But again, the long-term wise, he's going to have to go back into pit road. Robert Kahn doesn't necessarily need to fuel up as much in that case. He actually will have enough to pretty much get him by for a while if he decides to go back in. So really, it's all indicative on a shorter pit stop. If you wanted to get a shorter pit stop in, you do a longer one in the stage, and then the strategy comes in for later on, barring any cautions, might I add you. Lee Puster Paul coming on board here tonight, saying I'm a faithful fan of the number 5. Come on, Chantel from the Rock. Miss Lee, it is great to have you back on board. Hope you're enjoying the show so far. It's been a hectic one, that's for sure. And remember, race fans, if you are just now tuning in for the first time here on PTM Racing TV, first off, thank you for tuning in. Welcome to the show. And I've also, if you haven't already, like and follow us up here on Facebook for the end, and then watch over up on our YouTube end, because you will catch this race in its entirety there as well. I will have this race in its entirety on 720p for the first time in a long, long time. So be sure to check that out. If you have some friends that don't have Facebook and they want to see some action, I'll just simply have them subscribe over on our end, and we'll show them a good time and a good show. Also, in the comment section down below, you may have noticed we have our little store down there as well to check out. Well, our PTM Racing TV store has all our latest merchandise and line of gear. Some of my little catchphrases like "indeed, indeed" are popping in there, as well as working them on in. So check them on down, check them on in, and also pick up a PTM Racing TV shirt and send us your picture on our message board here, so we know to show you a little bit of love as well for giving us a little bit back. So field works them on the back straightaway. You see the pace lights popping up on the pace car there. That means only one thing, race fans. We're getting back to the action here as the green will situate themselves out. I'm not going to lie, it's going to be an interesting dilemma here. You got Nick Kern, who's been kind of hanging back there for a little bit. And then you got the 20 of Jeffrey Oaks, who's been pretty much trying to haul it up back to the spot, having some issues there. And then you got, of course, the 4 guys up front. Miglin, Kahn, Pike, and Taylor, both with different strategies on the pit stop and the fuel run. Makes you wonder what they've got in mind and what they have in store here. As we lead them off turn 4, they must wait for the green. When the green goes, it's time to hit them on down. Wait for the green to pop up, and there it is. Lights pop on. Now you hear the cars roar. We're underway. Once they hit that restart zone, it's all game, no win, no loss. Off the start, Brandon Pike immediately falls back a little bit as Robert the Rattlesnake Kahn sticks his way on the inside. Don reminds you, working with a brand new set of pedals and a new wheel here tonight. Currently not looking too shabby, not looking too bad at all. But again, we've only seen him on the short run, not a full-on long run. Will he be able to make a stick? In between right now, the Jeffrey Oaks going right in between. Almost a 3 wide salute there you saw for just a minute. Problems down there for Michael Vineyard, having some troubles down there as he went off the track for just a moment. Oh, speaking of going off the track and having troubles, Checkmate going right into the wall protection out of turn 2. Caught it a little skinny and didn't quite get him out of that mess. Manages to recover. As now Corey Reed, the 27, coming off his win last time out at Chicagoland, looking to possibly make some headways and make some moves. He's flat-footing the gas pedal right now. Pike on the inside there. Checkmate trying to defend him off. Every driver for themselves, nobody giving an inch, as now even Bradford Dudley is up on the fight, up on the shot. Coming on board to the inside line, Dudley doing everything he can to try to defend off Miglin as Nick filled the burn. Kern works his way around, fighting him on in. Corey Reed pushing right behind Checkmate and Pike. Both drivers in a hot foot stance here as they continue him on down. Corey Reed right looking for the middle to shoot the gap. Has to back off there. He looks like he might go to the bottom here for a 3 wide salute. No. Backs off, has to lay off. These guys are getting put back a few spots and piled in a bit every now and then. That's definitely got to be hurting them and hurting their chances as they progress. The onboard camera here at Chantel Bottle just goes to show you literally what these drivers are doing in the pack, while the leader, Robert Kahn, just says, "Yeah, you guys fight it out. I really don't care. You guys can have a little bit of fun up there. I'll just work my way up from there." He's got to be loving every minute of this, knowing that he is not having any trouble or any company down there to mess with him. That's definitely going to help his cause out. Here we go. Up top, Miglin, almost 3 wide saluting it yet again. You can see him just trying to make that pass, trying to get around Corey Reed and Kern, but unfortunately just can't get the speed to carry through. You would have thought right now this is a battle for the race lead. The problem is Kahn's in the lead, and he's literally just flying up ahead of these guys. The guys in the back putting on a show. Ladies too as well, because Chantel is involved in this one. She's still up there with them. A little bit of a move and a little slight gainer though. We got Wally Babb in the 99, and then the 18 of Warren Young coming up a little bit close. The Budweiser 18 got a little damage on that rear end. As you see the 99 of Caterpillars, Wally Babb doing everything he can. Trying to knock him off his spot, trying to knock him off his shot here. High in the sky, and right now I'm not talking about what you probably feel in Colorado. I'm talking literally about what is up here in our show. Big crowd packed on in here in the desert. This is like literally out in the middle of nowhere. The thing is, we are literally by the Las Vegas Strip. That's the whole point of why this track was built, was basically to kind of eke in those big cityers, if you will. Just look at that steering on Warren Young, man. He is doing everything he can to push the momentum and push his limits to its fullest potential. As our field works their way around, everyone's still trying to gain some ground, gain some other drivers off here. A lot of heavy racing, a lot of heavy battles to say the least. Keith Checkmate Taylor currently on the bottom there. Corey Reed as they lead him down. Down is Reed and Taylor. Battling it out there as Status. Where are you going, sir? You're not supposed to mow the lawn for us. We do that already. He literally goes into the infield there. We'll take a look at the PTVS replay, find out what the heck happened to him here. Well, he was mowing the lawn for us. I'm surprised that splitter didn't actually just completely rip off from him, knowing how usual NASCAR races are. He smacks that wall protection, and I don't know how Vineyard didn't catch him. But Todd managing to stay clear of it and avoid the mess. Gets out of that one, but can't say the same for everybody else here. Back in the back here, top 10 going at it. Drivers that were running hard earlier on now having to fall back a little bit. When they get to lap 40, that means we will go to our final stage break, and then it's time to go to the big spot, the big shot. Ted Crawford saying hashtag PTM lawn service. Oh, come on. You know there's not going to be a lot of lawn service coming tomorrow there, buddy. We got a little bit of work to do in the dirt. Might have to do a little bit of construction down there when all is said and done. The speed and the power. Corey Reed getting that draft line off of Rip Zillux. Camaro 31. Dan Miglin. Miglin doing a tremendous job defending on by, keeping a good run off here as we go up on the high side. Wally Babb with problems. Here comes Christopher Jordan, the 78 Superman Camaro. Looking like a man of steel, if you ask me. He is marching his way in. Looking to get some drivers off here, looking to take them on down here for a little bit of a ride. Maybe fly him up high in the sky. But right now, he's currently still having to trying to get his X-ray vision working and see where is the proper line, where is the shot to hit up here. Robert Kahn is literally just leading by a 2-second gap. Brandon Pike and Nick Kern just completely falling back behind right now, having all sorts of problems. Can't quite keep up with the speeds. While the rest of the pack, like I said, man, they're just duking it out with one another. They don't even care. Matthew Hoffer, been a while since we've seen him in this race here right now. He is up fighting quick. I'll say this, man. I've gone to Warren back here with Matthew Hoffer and Jeffrey Oaks before. I'll tell you one thing. They are two tough hombres. When we faced off on heat when we were running the truck series here at Vegas, I couldn't for the life of me figure out how to keep them under control or keep them off my tail end. But I'll tell you what, they knew how to draft and they knew how to make a corner off better than anything. So I got to give them credit for that. Right now they seem to not be doing too far off of it. Marching their way in right now. Field works their way on by here. Still trouble up brewing though. You can see the drivers giving it everything they can. Trying to make a move and make a quitch or two if they can find it. Oaksy's trying to sneak his way on the inside right now. Miglin trying to do much of the same, but you can see there as they take him in, they just cannot seem to outdo the other. Another battle up front here as we go back. Chantel, Throttle Pottle, and Keith Checkmate Taylor still at it. As the lap wind down here, Robert Kahn coming to the stripe. We'll get the caution called. He will have the stage win, but it's going to take him over fourth. It's a battle at the end here. Chantel trying to run it on the bottom line here. Checkmate's got a little bit of run on the outside. Multiple grooves on this track when they're fresh. And right now the tires seem to be doing just that. On to the end. Caution's called. And it is Chantel that gets ahead just by a nose. So she'll take over for fourth. As they will head down into pit road for a last little pit stop. And the final stage, Ray Kahn once again delivering the goods and just pretty much taking all names and nothing else to it. Well, race fans, we're going to go to our last commercial break here and then get this one finished on up. Be sure to stay tuned on in. We are not done with this yet. Who will finally take down Kahn? Can anybody take him down? And who will roll the dice and gamble their way up to the front? Find out when we return. Tonight's race has been brought to you in part by our good friends over at Green Tech Energy, leading the way in solar energy and solar power for all. Green Tech Energy is the natural choice to use. By A1 Glass Incorporated, serving the Trinity Conception area since 2008 with all your glass needs and services with quality. Auto glass replacements is what we're all about. By the Butt Kicker, best of performance for feeling on the road tracks of the virtual world. Butt Kicker, feel what you've been missing. By Ford Entertainment Group, PC.net, matching your wallet with your wallet. They will always bring your work to your needs and build the best PC at the right price. By SimRacingMerch.com, the perfect way to show your passion for sim racing. By Grid Finder, best way to find a league. Filter your search by race day, your geographical region, gaming platform, racing sim, and car class. You got a broadcaster or designer you need in mind? Search Grid Finder, the home of online racing. By Matt Mills Racing Team, best Xfinity for teams out there is sponsoring and supporting the Metal Racing League. And if you want to help support Matt's journey, follow him up on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Be sure to check out his merchandise line. By Puddles Wraps, most affordable designs made at your leisure. Puddles Wraps will always bring out the best designs in your library. And by Milgard Motorsports, fastest of fast and toughest of nails. On any track, virtual world or real world, Milgard Motorsports is where it is at. Alright, race fans. Enough of those commercial breaks. Unless we have another caution or two pop up, then I'll play the videos up here. It's been a struggle for some and a battle for others. Many drivers giving it everything they've got throughout this race and throughout this event. I'll be honest with you, folks. Right now, Colin is definitely impressing me with this new wheel, new pedals he's got going on. I gotta admit, he's definitely doing a great job. Being a lot more consistent, a lot more conservative, and really pushing everything to its limits. But again, will that last the full time, the full runoff? That is the biggest question. Because again, they have a lot going on, a lot at stake here between the races, between one another, that they have to be very solicitous and very aware of. And to be honest with you, I just got to believe that he's really came alive here in the last bit of this run and last bit of his show. So, who knows? Honestly, it could be anybody's race here, anybody's game plan, but like I say right now, it is looking very much like it's going to be Kahn they're going to have to hunt down and take down here. The 99 of Wally Bad, man, he is still in this one. Robert Dudley, not out of this yet either. And we saw the long-term run of Chantel Frontopado. Some fans rooting her on tonight. A lot of fans rooting for Wally Babb and some going for Corey Reed, and a little bit for Dan Miglin. And of course, we know Kern and Kahn have their fan bases right now with us here. So, race fans, if you're watching here right now on the show, I got to ask you, who do you think is going to win this one out and finish this one in? Comment down below. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know your things here. Who do you think's going to take it home? If I'm not picking any, because I know one thing. I don't want to give no broadcaster curse. I've been doing a good job about that, so I want to keep that out of here, please. Pace car will turn the pace lights off now. That means one thing. We've only had one caution this entire race, unfortunately due to a 3-wide incident. Now it's been smooth sailing from there, and it's now going to be all about who can get the full run and the full advantage here on the restart. There is 37 laps remaining. That must be completed. Right now, Cynthia Closer Taylor trying to get her laps back from the burn up earlier on. Troubles for her, definitely hurting her night. As it looks like pace lights continue to flicker on by, they will give one more lap around, looks like. So here we go, folks. Coming out of turn 2 this time by the drivers. All males, females, coming to you from wide range, from the States to Canada to Newfoundland the far. They are ready to take this one down here in Sin City, Las Vegas Motor Speedway, where we're going to go at it one more time around and set this one straight and finish this race off. Pit strategy-wise, it looks like they'll have to get one pit stop in if they're not careful with that fuel. So now fuel run can be a big advantage here for Khan, as well as possibly Micklin and Creed. We know they've been doing it quite a bit. In the comment section down below, some folks are going for the 99. Kate Combs saying 99 going to win. Marla Scaff D Pike saying Pike 22. Caleb Abb saying 99 all the way. Lee Puster saying Pottle or Khan. You have major selections, you major voices heard. Now it's time for the drivers to make their case. Green flag pops out on the front stretch. We're back underway. Fuel run, a big situation here. Tires going to be a big situation as well. This really just depends on how you look at it, because they're in the long-lasting lap modifications they have to do here. I'm going to be honest with you, this could be anybody's goal game. Walleye finding his way on in right now, currently ahead of the 99, the 5 right now for Chantel, trying to hold him on in. Corey Reed doing a pretty good job keeping the Go Chris 27 machine up. Kind of a little rib on GoDaddy, if you will. I'll be honest with you, that's a pretty sweet looking ride, to say the least. Up front, Robert Kahn not giving out the lead just yet. He's going to have a little war on his hands. Minglin looking for a victory here tonight. Looking to take down the Rattlesnake. Kahn on the outside, not where he usually wants to be at, especially on this kind of track. Usually that's where tires burn up more. The bottom line seems to be the grippiest spot here. Miglin seems to have it dialed back in. Earlier on, he had a little bit of a struggle, a little bit of a tendency to just overdrive it. Right now, does not seem to be the case. I think he's looking at that fuel strategy, looking at that pit run. He's thinking, maybe if I fight it quick here with Khan, I might have a shot to take him down. Nick Kern firing up quickly in the 69 Hardy's machine, looking for an opening on both of them as he lines a draft up for him. Biggest issue right now he's going to have to face is that downforce really slowing him off just a little bit, because again, if he loses that draft line, he's going to lose all the drivers in between. Matthew Hopper now starting to move up a little bit here. The number 8 spot here is the 84 of Hopper. He's up 8 as well, so currently in 8, up 8. He's your top 8, and he's also your top charger of the night. And I had to say another 8 in between, because here comes Checkmate. It's Checkmate Taylor now moving up. He's starting to build up a little bit of speed up on the outside line, get a little bit of a grip or two, getting some help there from Jeffrey Oaks, I believe. These guys going for a big, going for strong here. Coulter Cochran saying 99 for sure. Kenneth Crawford saying Pennsylvania guys up front. Brittany Babb saying go 99. We got a lot of fans out here for the 99 tonight, don't we? Oh my. Well, if you watch this back, dude, you'll start figuring out how to win a race or two, brother. I think you got some fans you got to go and talk with, because man, they are rooting your tail end on and they want you to win. Go fight, brother. You got to keep it going. I've had the pleasure of talking with him a little bit. He definitely is a very nice guy and a very situated guy as well. Kind of surprised me he has yet to really get into that top spot or have a win in there. So hopefully that changes here tonight, though. We'll see, though, because right now that fuel run pit strategy is definitely going to be the key factor to victory, unless the caution pumps its ugly hair around here. I just don't see that happening, though, especially now with this kind of competition, this kind of level of driving we have at display here at the moment. Bigelow doing everything he can to keep the draft in with Khan. He knows if he loses that draft, he loses the run. But I think also what it is he's trying to save fuel, conserve himself. Situation seems kind of bleak if he gets a little too out of control, a little bit too crazy down there. And I think with that mindset, he's really kind of tiptoeing and pacing himself in between, really watching every shot and every line in. On board here with the Fox Racing, A1 Glass Incorporated, the Green Tech Energy, FEGC.net, Melgar Motorsports, number 5 is Chantel Pottle. really playing in and keeping a good control of the bottom grip there. Key checkmate Taylor and her just going back at it where they were earlier on. One thing I've noticed with Chantel as well is that she's extremely smart now about saving her tires up and really watching them every time she goes out on the track. It's done her good. But here's the thing. She knows how to run them fast and run them quick as well. She can take it with the best of them. And speaking with the best of them right now, Colin falls back a little bit. He actually falls back 3 spots here. He goes into 4th. Trouble there. Looks like Dudleyville actually getting ahead of him while Dan Miglin and Nick Kern pull ahead. I'm not sure. Maybe that was just a little bobble there or what happened there, but it looks like maybe Colin backed off a little bit and got passed in. Miglin is your new leader, and he will hold up the reins and hold up the spot. But again, Kern right now wants to say, well, it's time to pull a little political game in field, and you're going to feel the burn, my man. Goes in round the back straight away here, rocking it at 4th in, trying to get a good draft line off Miglin. He's not giving any hope here, though. In the comment section down below, Coulter Cochran saying, that's my boy, keep moving up, number 9. Janelle Stahl saying, go Wally, number 99. Well, right now, he's catching up there with the Rattlesnake Robert Kahn, and if we look on the time zone here, I think it may be a little bit interesting to see the timestamp here. Let's take a look at our times we're seeing. You can see Kahn actually was giving up a lot to Babb, but now I think he's just starting to put that fuel running that pit strategy into good shape and really start to burn the tires in a little more. He seems to really be working it on in. Looking at this one here. Let's see if he got any on him. No, it'll be Babb losing a little bit of time here, about a 1/10 of a second. But again, maybe Babb is slowing down here, and it's hard to really read what these guys' strategies are and what their mindset is. Some of them try to back off and save the tires. Some of them like to just full throttle run it up to the final points of that pit stop. Now, for some it works, others it doesn't. The only time I've ever seen it's really work for a full throttle run is literally when you're at Talladega or Daytona, or if we ever get with these guys here, we can get them to iRacing Super Speedway. Boy, will that be something if we could ever throw them there. For those at home that don't know what iRacing Super Speedway is, think of Daytona and Talladega and put them together. Literally, I'm not even saying they had like some kind of misinformed mutant child. This was literally, no, you put them together, and that's what you get of iRacing Super Speedway. A track that you can do 6 deep, 7 deep sometimes, depending on your car, and a track that is 3 miles in length with bankings that would literally make you cry wolf out there. That's how scary they can be. It is fast, it is crazy, it is nuts, it is beautiful. Problems down there for Michael Vineyard. Looks like getting into the little bit of the wall barrier there, unfortunately. Slows his momentum down. We'll slow him off a little bit. We'll take a look at the PTM instant replay, though. Take a look at it from another angle here. Looked like he was trying to drive in a little bit. Tires just kind of gave out and gives the old wall tap. Sends it to the bottom. Opens up his own lawn care service. Apparently he forgot about hashtag PTM lawn service down there and got sent onto the infield. All I can say is I hope SMI is not going to yell at me for tearing up their equipment down there or tearing up their grass there. I guess we're just going to have to go back in and fix that up a little later on. So, oh well. Oh, speaking of fixing it up a little bit, Miglin fixing to have to lose his lead here because Nick Kern is coming up fast on the bottom line. I don't know, Miglin may have just overdone the tires or burnt him in a little too much because now Kern seems to have the advantage. And Robert Dudleyville is now moving up as well. This is a battle for the race lead. 4 cars in this 3 wide salute coming turn 1, turn 2. Kahn trying to hold his line down on the bottom. See Dudley try to sneak his way in between. 3 wide salute for the race lead now. Nick Kern gets a bump. Can he save it? Can he save it? He does. He saves it going in turn 3. What a save by Phil the Bird Kern. Oh my. But Robert Kahn gets the worst end of this stick, and now 3 wide salute. Here comes the throttle, Chantel Bottle. Take advantage where you see it. Make the move when you can. What a maneuver there by the 5, making it past Kahn and Reed at the same time, making a good runoff. Dan Miglin escapes with the lead. I don't know how on earth he got away with that one. Much less Dudleyville tagging Wally Babb there, tagging Kern. Kern actually managing to stay back and forth, and the guy that pretty much you fans have been pretty much rooting on the entire time, guess who's coming up? Wally Babb is now up into the 3rd slot, and look at the times wise right now. Look at this. He's getting a little bit of a rundown on these guys as they start to draft off. Dudley and Miglin are going to go out of here. This is incredible. This is absolutely insane. This last stage has just been absolutely bonkers. Las Vegas is showing you why it is one of the premier tracks we love to go to. It is pulling on a show and putting on a race. Robert Kahn now getting back at Chantel, and Corey Reed 3 wide, saluting in between. Jeffrey Oaks kind of falling inside line as well. Every driver themselves, no one giving it inch, and I don't even think pit stops are going to matter anymore at this point. Unless they overshoot those tires and burn them up too much, I don't think it's going to really matter to them. Wally Babb now is right up there on the back straightaway. Here comes the Caterpillar number 99. Oh, he's not going to do it, is he? He wants to go for the 3 wide. He does not shoot it. He says, no, I'm not going that crazy. I'm not going to pull him Dudley out here. Robert Dudleyville, Dudley the Mercury Toyota Supra takes the race lead. We have ourselves a new leader. Unbelievable. This has just been absolutely insane, crazy racing. Still side by side, battle for second. Babb trying to get around Miglin. Miglin trying to get the runoff on Dudley while Kahn waits in the background. Kern right there with him. Kahn has got to be fuming right now, just thinking, good Lord, I literally had that one mistake and that cost me. Driver's going in pit road. Babb stays out. Looks like Dudley and Miglin go in. Chantel, Pottle, Nick Kern, and Wally Babb stay out. I think you've been wanting to hear this one for a while. Wally Babb is your new leader. But how long can he hold on to it? He's got a lot of stuff to be added with here. Chantel, the throttle Pottle, going to have some company coming up on here. Jeffrey Oaks to 20 now, swinging his way in. Gyra's going into pit road. I got to believe the rest will follow now in pursuit. Chantel goes in. Oaksy goes in. Oaksy going to try to run him down in pit road. He's got to get the brakes there, bud. Don't pit. You can't run him. Wait a minute. Wally Babb, he's still out there. Wait a minute. This guy's not going to seriously try to run a full length race on this tires and that fuel, is he? I know he went into pit road, but I didn't think he could serve up enough there to do it like that. It'll be interesting to see what he's got in mind here. Nope, there it is. You hear the throttle going down, off the pace, off the gas, putting it down into pit road. Dustin Solniker, I think he's going to be the crazy one here. He's going to try and stay out a little longer. He is now going to be your race leader. Coulter Cochran saying, well, if you ain't first, you're last. Let's go, shake it big, baby. Oh, man. Crawford saying, what a save. Holy crap. The Marauder joins us. What's going on tonight? Good racing so far. Yes, indeed, James. Thanks for tuning on in, man. Caleb Babb saying, get it, 99. Man, you guys are just going crazy in the chat. I love it. Love hearing you guys talk. This is what makes this racing experience so much more fun. So now pit stops are in and gone and over with, which means it's pretty much full throttle assault time. Forget about the tires. Just get going. Dan Miglin leads him off right now as he tries to get ahead of Wally Babb. Babb gonna be about 20 seconds ahead. He's still in pit road. He's trying to hurry out there, but it's too late. He can't get out in time. Does he have enough time, though? I don't think he does. I think he's going to have to need a little bit of a draft help, and then he's going to really need to push quicker because, unfortunately, these guys got a full run off with those draft lines. I think if I was him, I would probably have gone in on that lap that all the rest of them went in. That was probably not the smartest move, but again, when you're racing out there with the toughest drivers and the best drivers, you can't just make decisions on the fly without making mistakes once in a while. It's just how racing goes. Miglin's going to take the lead over. Dudley trying to hunt him back down as a Rattlesnake Robert Kahn doing much of the same. This has been frenetic. This has been crazy. And so far, I mean, I am thoroughly impressed and enjoying this one at Vegas. Our last renditions here at Vegas have maybe not been as crazy or as good as we thought it would be. But tonight, I think Pedal to Metal was out to change that in a heartbeat. Brandon Pike now back into the running here. Currently up in the top 10. He fights it out with Nick Kern here in the number 22. The 69 of Kern trying to work his way on by as Pike in that 22 moves his way inside line. Trying to make the move like Austin Cindric will do next season and get into a better ride. Coming up fast, coming up quick here. He's on the gun, on the bubble. Moves inside line, charging down. Kern trying to hold him off there. Can't quite get him on there. Looks like Kern. Ooh, he gets a better exit though this time than Pike. He'll get the run down. Miglin not holding off Dudley there by much here. Looks like about Only about a 500th of a second there was the difference for him to hold off Dudley, and Dudley is just pulling up more speed on him. I think this could be a forerunner for what could be transpiring here if they're not careful. Reed now back at it with Khan. Both drivers just putting on a fight and putting on a show. But you gotta wonder if Khan didn't get that little love tap to Kern, and you end up getting put back because of the little spin around that Dudley and Kern got into. Does Khan stay up front? You gotta think about that. That's just kind of the luck of the draw, if you will. I know one thing. Reed looks to try to defend him off and get himself another victory here. Wait a minute. Khan slowing down the pace. Problems for the 51. Khan is having troubles down there. The 51 is slowing down to a crawl, and now looks like his race is all but over with. What on earth happened to Khan? The car comes to a sudden halt there on the backstretch. I think he lost power. Something went wrong in that thing. Other than that, he literally is now forced into the back. He was running up front the entire time. His night is done. Oh my, this race is just getting crazier and crazier by the minute. I don't even know who's going to win this point. Dudley's trying to get Miglin. We know that much. Sonaker having some problems down there. Looks like he crashes in, and it looks like he'll have to fight him off later. Not the night for Sonaker, and not the end for Khan. That's for sure. We'll see both of those guys back out in due time. Dudley is doing everything he can to make his way around Todd Tufts in the 72. Lap traffic a factor here. Miglin had it for a minute. Now it was Dudley. And with only 7 laps remaining when they get to the run, to get to the line here, does Miglin have it all put in and put just right? Chantel throttle bottle moving up in the 5th as Nick Kern looks to try to fight her off for the top spot in the 5th. Kern right now doing a tremendous job, working his way on in, giving himself a good run down. Jeffrey Oaks ahead by about 2 seconds on both drivers here. Really figured out his pit strategy a little bit better than the other, I feel. Laps continue to pace on down, and you just got to wonder how much of the tires were they saving, how much of the run were they saving up, if at all. Honestly, if I was them, I wouldn't even try to worry about saving anymore. I would just worry about trying to full throttle gas it around here. And that's exactly what Dudley's doing. Miglin was slowing up a little bit. Dudley's speeding. I think Dudley was backing off his corners there on the straightaways and actually really was starting to move a little bit quicker in. Miglin knows he's coming. He's coming up fast. Got about 2800th of a second now to catch on him. Dudley wants that first win of his career on PTA Racing TV with Pedal to Metal. Can he do it? He's got a race win in back on Race Tech Coatings iRacing League. Now he looks to try to get it here in the Xfinity of Pedal to Metal. He's coming up quick on Miglin. Can Revzilla hold him off for just 5 more laps? The final 5 high in the air. Sin City Madness is the best way I can describe this race and describe this night. We've seen drivers save it from literally no wins meet. We've seen drivers save tires to really work their way up to the front. And now we're going to see a final 5-lap battle for the race lead. Miglin and Dudley will go mano-a-mano. Side by side on the front straightaway. Revzilla 31 of Miglin trying to hold off the tribute in loving memory to Penny Dudley on that front hood of the Subaru. Robert Dudley trying to fight his way in. You can see Miglin starting to push just slightly more on the outside. Dudley might have some problems down there getting around him. He's going to try to make his way in. Coming down the back straightaway down, of course, as I like to call it, Thunder Alley sometimes on the back stretch of their front stretches here. Because when you hear those cars come by, it just sounds like a roar of thunder just coming straight at you. Moving their way in. Dudley cutting that grassy plains pretty close to say the least here. He's trying to shorten the track out as much as he can. Take it away from Miglin. Miglin not giving an inch right now. Corey Reed getting back up there. Jeffrey Oaks as well. I forgot to mention that here. Oaks, he's starting to lose a little bit. Reed starting to get some pacing in on him. We'll see if those drivers can hold their way in and hold that one off. They're coming to the line here once more here. Drivers giving it all they can. Final 2 laps this time by Dudley with an advantage on the bottom. The final run might be coming up, but Miglin does not give it inch either. We got 2 to go. Oh, this is now what you're going to call a drag race and a half here. The best of the best in Xfinity tonight going at it. Dudley, Miglin, neither driver giving it an inch. They'll swing him on to the back straightaway. Miglin with a little bit of an advantage. Dudley backs off, trying to get the draft on Miglin. They'll cut him across here once again. Turn 3 into 4. We trade the green in for the white flag this time by. They're coming to the line. A virtual dead even last time. This time Miglin with the big advantage here. Dudley knows he's got to get one last run, one last charge. Did he save enough? Miglin just holding him down, coming around that back straight away they go. The draft is going to be crucial. The draft will be their last saving grace. Can Dudley get Miglin? They'll lead him down in turn 3. Side by side, they lead him on back and forth. They siren right into the corner. It's a drag race once again to the finish. Here they come to the finish line. And Dan Miglin will get the run off of turn 4 to win at Las Vegas. What a race. Second will go to Robert Dudley, and Jeffrey Oaks kind of breaking his old habits and breaking a curse. Gets third here tonight. Fourth to Corey Reed. And fifth to Chantel Throttlepottle, with Keith Checkmate Taylor finishing sixth as the hard charger of the night. Unreal. What a race. That is what you call putting the pedal to the full metal. Holy cow, what a night. That, it's just the sad part is we're literally just starting with the week here, folks, and we've already pretty much burnt this one into just an absolute maddening show. Miglin wins it, and at last, Revzilla puts behind the curse that Talladega gave him and wins it on a track that, like I said earlier, very similar to Talladega on how you have to handle your corners, how you handle your turns. It's just tires you got to watch out for. Definitely does that, and then some. What a night and what a race there for him. Woo! That was crazy, race fans. I hope you enjoyed that one as much as we did. Let's take a look at the final results. The A1 Glass Incorporated race results now pop up on your screen. Dan Miglin with the victory, narrowing out Robert Dudley. Second going to Jeffrey Oaks. Fourth to go to Corey Reed. Fifth to Chantel Throttlepottle. Sixth to Keith Taylor. Seventh to Nick Kern. Eighth to Wally Babb. Fan favorite of the night. Finishes top 10. What a battle for him. Ninth to Brandon Pike. Good showing from him. Pulling off all the stops. 10th with Matthew Hofford. Giving it everything he could. Just could not quite keep ahead. 11th going to Christopher Jordan. 12th to Jason Reif. 13th to Michael Vineyard. 14th to Jeffrey Todd Tufts. 15th to the surprise of all, Robert Kahn losing it on the back straightaway. Power goes and it just quits on him. Cindy Taylor finishing 16th. 17th to Dustin Stoneacre. And then Warren Young rounds out the 18th car field here tonight. Race fans, we're not done just yet here. We still got one last thing to do. That is bring in our top drivers here tonight. And let me tell you, they are ready to talk with you guys here and talk with you on our show. He now joins me here in pit road here. It is your second place finisher here tonight, Mr. Robert Dudleyville Dudley. He now tunes in with us here. And Robert, man, what a night it was. Pulling off all the stops, coming to the end. You've put everything to good use. You just fell a little bit short to Miglin. What were you thinking down there, man? Looks like we might have a little bit of a technical difficulty on our end here. Totally not.
Gotcha.
Oh, there he is. All right, did you hear? You catch all we said there, buddy?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I was pressing the wrong button. Hey, how you doing, bud? Bridesmaid once again. I'm going to get a win one of these days.
Well, I was about to say, Miglin was pretty much charging you off out of turn 4 on that last bit. What was the tires just gone there, or what was going on?
Yeah, I saved the tires for the last 15 laps or last 10 laps to make a run at them the last 5 laps. It wasn't too bad. I didn't let off early enough entering turn 4 and hit the gas too late. Well, I pushed up and I seen I was getting ready to hit him. We did touch a little bit, so I just backed off a little bit. But that was good, clean racing between me and him. Congratulations to him.
For sure there, man. Congratulations on that. I got to ask you, Robert, you're coming away after all the troubles and the pain you've suffered through in the last couple of weeks, finally getting yourself another podium. Who do you want to thank here for this one?
First of all, I want to thank you for doing such excellent broadcasts. Me and my family enjoy watching you. Thank all the admins in the league. Also, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, I'm excited. I thought that one
if you can't say anything else, man, just enjoy yourself. You definitely gave it a hard run and a show, to say the least, and I don't think anybody could say anything else less about that, man.
Yeah, thank you, Chris. Like I said, FEG, PC, Grid Finder, Pottles Wraps, Sim Racing Merch, Butt Kicker, and Mac Malt Mills. If I missed anybody, I'm sorry, but another great race. I wish I could have had that one.
For sure there, Robert, but the win is coming soon. I can almost feel it. Congratulations, though, here tonight.
Thank you, buddy. See you next.
See you next time. Ladies and gentlemen, your second place finisher here tonight, Robert Dudleyville Dudley. And now, race fans, he's been waiting to talk with us for a while. Here is your race winner, Daniel Migulin, the number 31 Revzilla. Finally gets it into victory lane here at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. And, you know, Revzilla definitely was living up to its reputation and its name. That thing was rev limiting beyond repair on those final laps, wasn't it?
It really was. I honestly have Keith to thanks, and whoever was on my inside. All of stage 2, I got stuck running the high line. I didn't practice it at all before the race, but I got plenty of practice in stage 2, and then I was able to use it again to finish it off.
You certainly were indeed, man. You would just pretty much put all the shots in, put all the fight up in between, and you know, we were calling it too. We were like, you gotta be saving up a little bit, but I thought Dudley was saving up as well for that last bit. It could have gone either way, we thought, but nevertheless, you were still able to handle the nerves and handle the situation there. I gotta ask you, man, what was the biggest thing that really you were fighting off with here at Las Vegas, coming to the very end there?
You didn't ask, but first of all, hi Emily, hi Leo, I love you guys. Man, what was it? I don't know. I'm a little bit stronger on tracks that use the front right tire. Last week it was a lot more rear tire dependent, and it's just a little bit of a weakness of mine. So I was pretty confident coming into this one to begin with.
And it definitely worked out in your favor, that confidence, pushing you up to the front, putting the old pedal to that metal, as we talk about here on the show all too often. You win it out here tonight. You talked about some friends and family just a minute about thanking them here. Anybody else you want to thank here for this race win, man?
Hi Deb and Ray, I know you're watching in Claymont. Thank you.
All right, well, Dan, appreciate you tuning on in, man. Congratulations on a victory here at last here. Congrats, and we'll see you next time when the green flag flies on PTM Race TV, brother.
Thanks a lot.
Dan Miglin, ladies and gentlemen, you're in the 31. Jeffrey Oaks walking away with the third place finish. Not tuning in onto the comment section or the chat here, so we will just give him the third place overall overlay here tonight. Congratulations to him, and honestly, congratulations to all drivers here tonight. And for the fans at home, I think you guys were treated to something special here. This is what it's all about here, and we want nothing but the best racing and the best action, and I think you got that and then some here tonight. What a show, what a night. And that's going to wrap it up here tonight for us at PTM Racing TV. Thank you again to our good friends over at Green Tech Energy, at A1 Glass, at the Butt Kicker Company, at Ford Entertainment Group, PC.net, at SimRacingMerch.com, at GridFinder.com, at Matt Mills Racing Team, at Paul's Wraps, and Melgard Motorsports. Thank you guys for everything. Thank you so much for the support. Thank you to the fans at home that just make this show every week, day in and day out, so much enjoyable. I love you guys from the bottom of my heart. I'll catch you guys next time on the green flag. Tomorrow night, first time ever, Pro 2 Lights at Bark River Speedway. You're not going to want to miss it. But for now, be safe. God bless. Take care. I love you guys. From all of us here at PTM Racing TV, be safe now. I'll see you next time. The green flag's flying.